Hi guys, Knowles. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you for this look. I used one of the new pigments from the Electro Cute collection, the Supercharged pigment. Unfortunately, all of the glitter completely fell out and what I'm left with is a matte neon orange. I'm not sad about it. I actually prefer it this way. It turns out I like the way it looks better, but it's just kind of a bummer that the glitter couldn't stick around and hang out with us a little bit longer. There's like a couple little particles still left, but nothing to like be like, oh, look at my glittery eyes. Anyway, that's kind of disappointing, but overall I love this look and I really love this color combination where I use an orange, a purple, and then a tiny bit of teal on the bottom. Gave a couple of tips for how to make your eyes look a little more cat-like and exotic with the eyeliner and all that nice neat stuff. So I hope that you will enjoy this look, and let's go ahead and get started. So it's really important when you're working with any kind of like loose pigment or loose kind of eyeshadow that you do the eyes first, which is kind of what I do all the time anyway, so that works out quite well for me. I'm starting out today with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is the Anti-Aging Primer Potion, and I really like this. It has a kind of like a peachy tint to it, which helps to eliminate the appearance of my blue veins in my eyelid, which is nice. And it's a little bit smoother feeling, so I'm a fan. I'm going to use a concealer today for highlight underneath my brows because I want to get a nice crisp line. I'm using this one from Tarte. This is the Smooth Operator in Fair. And then I'm going to take a very small filbert shaped brush, get some of that on, and paint it on underneath the brow. I like to start at the arch of the brow with the peak, and then share the love all over. And then once you have it placed, go ahead and blend it out. I'm using a Real Techniques brush just to blend this out softly. To set the concealer so it's not like just a big creamy mess, especially in the summertime, I'm going to take a OCC brush and MAC Mylar eyeshadow and just pat that over to set. For Transitional Shade, I'm going to use this same brush again, and I'm picking up a bit of this sort of cantaloupe-y color. That's how I describe it. It's like it's very similar to MAC's Soft Brown, so if you don't have that palette, you know, you can find a substitute out there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rock this in my socket line, just kind of like a little rocking it back and forth motion, and I'm going to take it through the whole socket line. Applying a transitional color just makes your blending a little bit easier when you go in to put the deeper colors in the crease. Next I'm going to take Nocturnelle by MAC, which is a deep warm purple. Tap off the extra, and I'm using a 217 brush. This is a brush that I've talked about this before. It has a pinched ferrule, so it's almost like you get two sides. So I apply it more to one side than the other, and then I'll take the side that I've applied it more to and use that as the side that is like facing towards the sky, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm going to rock that in my socket, only I'm taking it in a bit tighter than I did with the other, like a little bit closer to the eyeball or the eyelid. So once I have that nice and well applied, I'm going to pick up this brush from earlier and just try to smooth everything out. Basically just called this one my Frank Sinatra brush because it comes in and smooths everything out, and it's, I don't know. Now this is all a great starting point, but now I'm going to bring in a more intense purple. This is Poison Plum from Sugarpill, and again pretty much place that in the same place where you put Nocturnelle, and then I'm going to start using little swirly motions to deepen that in the outer corner. Now I'm going to bring in a really, I call it like a lightweight blending brush. This is a MAC 286. It's a duo fiber brush, so you have the bottom, or like the base hairs that are there just to help the top one stand up, and these ones, there's less of them, so it's very light and not very dense. It's great for just blending or applying like a very light wash of color and things like that. So I'm going to use that to blend in little circularly swirly motions. So right now it has kind of almost like an orange haze on the outside of the purple. I'm going to make it a little more intense. This is Sigma Catch eyeshadow, and I'm using that little light fluffy blending brush, the MAC 286, and I'm just flirting that on the outer corner. I'm keeping it a bit more concentrated here on this outer corner as I'm flirting that up. And then I'll blend it in over the whole eye. I mean, not the whole eye, just, you know, windshield wiper. I don't know why I had to do duck lips right there. So on my eyelid as a base, I'm going to use a NYX Jumbo pencil, and again I'm going to just put some of that onto a palette. And I'm using a synthetic filbert cut or round cut brush to apply this. I like using this brush specifically from Sigma. This is an F70 because it gives me a nice round edge, which is great for when I'm doing like any kind of cut crease or something like this where it's a little bit more of like a soft cut crease. So for the main lid color, I'm using this one from Sugarpill. It's called Supercharged from the Electro Cute collection. See, it's a nice like, I don't know, I'd call it like neon peach orange. And I'm going to pat that on the lid. I'm just patting this on to pack the color into the NYX Jumbo pencil because the two together are almost going to create like a paste because the NYX Jumbo pencil is a cream and this is a powder, so they're going to kind of like combine and make a paste. Which sounds terrible, but essentially like whenever you like set foundation, that's what you're doing. You're basically creating a paste. And it's kind of like weird to think about, but whatever. I'm also going to take a little bit of this color here. This is number 9 from Makeup Forever. And a fluffy eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to apply that right here. Ooh, that was a little more intense than I was planning on it being. It's right there on the inner corner. And then I'm going to bring this brush back to blend a bit. Now just to enhance the inner and outer corners of the lid, I'm going to use a little bit more of Catch. A little small shader brush, just to pat that on. And blend it over. Okay, so now it's time to clean up the fallout. I always keep makeup wipes on my desk for just occasions like these. So for my upper eyelid, I'm going to be using a black gel liner. This is Immortal from Makeup Geek. And to apply this, I'm using a MAC 266. It's a nice wide angled brush. So I wanted to do a very thick liner today, and I'm using gel liner for the first time in a long time. I haven't used it in quite a long time, so I kind of went slow with it, doing like a thin line, and then I started thickening the line as I went, and then overall I wasn't really like feeling the gel liner, so I went in with the Physicians Formula eye booster liner that I usually use and just kind of cleaned up the lines and made them nice and crisp. I apologize that this isn't a more detailed eyeliner description, but what are you gonna do? Next, I applied my full face makeup, and if I were to include this, the video would be really, really long. If you'd like to see what I used on my face today, go ahead and check out Vintageortacky.com for a full list of products. For my eyelashes today, I'm using my favorite pair from the Katy Perry line. This is the Kapow lashes. I actually got these on sale at Kohl's for like $3.99, so that was amazing. So I'm just using a little bit of mascara to darken my natural lashes, since they're blonde and they would stand out pretty bad against the fake ones. And then I'm actually going to pull a little bit of this through the falsies. Go over the line of black. Now to line my inner rim, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Covered Waterproof Liner in Noir. Very long name. And I love this eyeliner for my inner rim. It just feels comfortable. And it's very long lasting. I'm going to draw the line a little thicker on this outer portion, but not in the inner portion. I'm just going to keep it nice and in the inner rim. This on the inner corner, if that makes sense. And by making it a little thicker from the outer corner to the center, it almost gives my eye a little bit more of a tilted up shape, kind of like a cat eye kind of thing. I actually picked this up by watching the Kardashians. I noticed that a lot of times their makeup would do that, and I'm like, wow, their eyes look so great. And then after a while, I figured it out. So yay for watching reality TV! Now the next thing I'm going to do is one of those simple, subtle things that really makes a makeup look pop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a subtle teal color. This is Peacock from Makeup Geek. And I'm using a little flat brush here. And I'm going to just barely smudge out my lash line with it in the outer edge through the center. This color is complementary to the purple and the orange because this creates a triadic color scheme. So it's kind of a neat way to get that pop of color and make something look harmonious without having to do like a super bright teal liner on the bottom or something. I'm just blending that out with a pencil brush. Ooh, and poking myself in the eye apparently. Alright, I'm done with that. A little bit of mascara on the bottom now that my eyes recovered from the eye poking incident. So for lips today I'm going to be using Love Light from Urban Decay. This is one of their Revolution lipsticks. And I love this lipstick because it's very natural looking without being a nude. And I like that it gives just enough color to my lips. It has like a little bit of shimmer in it too, which is kind of nice. And so it won't take away from the fun of the eye color. I like all this party that's going on the eyes. But it won't look naked either because I just now tried a nude lipstick and it didn't look good. So trial and error. This lipstick is so pretty. It's so pretty, girl. And then one last final touch before I let you go. I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. Eyeshadow Transformer palette, which is just a palette of like pastel colors. And I'm taking this little orange one right here. And do you see how that opens up my eyes? It's kind of awesome how little things like that can really make a look. So that's pretty much it. I hope you're having a great day and I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be yourself. See you, bye.